welcome to Thursday. So again, the Pharisees are following Jesus. I just wonder, like, do you have anything else to do, Pharisees, than to follow Jesus around? Right? They're following him, they're challenging him, they're trying to cause problems, they're trying to cause division. They're angry that the control and the power is starting to leave them. And so here we are starting chapter 6. And so there's 10 verses. I encourage you to read them. I'm just going to highlight them. But there's 2 stories here that Jesus is engaging where he breaks the Sabbath. And the Pharisees were all about rules. They were all about following the letter of the law. So they were following Jesus, and there's 2 situations here where they break the Sabbath. So the first one we will see in the first 5 verses or so, that what's happening is Jesus and his disciples are going through this grain field, and it's on Saturday, on the Sabbath. And so they grab some of the grain and they rub it together and they start to snack on them. And so what they're doing is they're reaping, they're threshing, and they're preparing food. So that was a no-no. You were allowed, you had to prepare your food the day before and then you can just eat it. But you weren't supposed to do any work. So threshing, reaping, all these things, that was unlawful. And so they're like munching on these kernels, and the Pharisees catch them and say, "What are you doing?" And so the other one is in verse 6, we'll see. So they're going into the synagogue and they're participating in worship, and they see this man and his hand is shriveled. And Jesus sees his pain. He sees his infirmity, his affliction. And Jesus has compassion on him. Jesus is not about looking good, trying to look at me, I'm a rule follower. But Jesus is so drawn to this man in compassion to relieve him of his affliction that he goes over there. And verse 8, Jesus knew what they were thinking and said to the man with the shriveled hand, "Get up and stand in front of everyone. And I ask you, which is lawful on the Sabbath, to do good or to do evil, to save a life or to destroy it? Is it more important to follow the letter of the law or to have compassion on this individual?" He looked around at them all and said to the man, "Stretch out your hand." He did so, and his hand was completely restored. And so what's interesting is the Pharisees watch this miracle, and instead of rejoicing with this man, instead of saying, "Wow, your hand is now healed. Now you have access to just do all these things that you couldn't have done before." But they don't rejoice. They're angry because Jesus broke the Sabbath. Isn't that so interesting? He's free of this disease, but instead of rejoicing, they're using this to accuse Jesus. And Jesus challenged them head on. He says, is it lawful? Is it better to do harm and follow the law? Or is it better to break this law and to do good? And so the man before him was leading an impaired life. So to do nothing on the Sabbath was to destroy life. But Jesus came to save. Jesus came to heal. And so, friend, I want to challenge you this morning. I just want to encourage you, actually. Is there something in your life that is in need of healing? One of the names of God is Jehovah Rapha, the God who heals. And our God is the same yesterday, today, and forever. He still has the power to heal. Whatever is happening in your life, if it's brokenness from your past, is it physical healing from cancer? Whatever it is, Jesus wants to heal you. And so let me pray for you today. Jesus, you are concerned about every aspect of our life. And I know you have compassion on those who are broken, physically, spiritually, emotionally. Or maybe socially there's broken relationships in their family or in their friendship. And God, Jehovah Rapha, would you come? And when you heal my friend that is listening today, would you heal whatever brokenness is keeping he or she from living fully in the grace and life that you have for them. So God, would you do that right now and heal them? In your name we pray. Amen. See you tomorrow.